All right, guys. Oh, let's turn on your friendly DM's face. Talking to my
The things
sister.
were a changing. There was a change in the air.
So I got a quick thing. There we go. Friendly DM. My sister claimed I look like Santa Claus, so I think the beard's coming off tomorrow.
Not just the snow effect that you have.
Adds to it as well, I guess. Alright, so welcome back to the Rime of the Frost Maiden. You successfully managed to defeat the Chardlin dragon. That turns out was a big plot of the dwarves this whole time. This is why they were collecting the Chardlin. You defeated it. I can't remember who, but someone almost died. Who was it? Was it Whimsy? No, Nymph. I can't remember.
Nymph.
Nymph,
It was
yeah.
Nymph.
She did, yeah. Went down to one dice roll.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It's 50-50, wasn't it? Yeah, and she rolled high, so that was good. So, you take a look. Well, let's go across to the big map so we can see a little bit of what's happened. Oops, let me change the setting here. Yes, so Targos, for the most part, has been saved. Lonely Wood was evacuated in time. A lot of the other things, though, Dugansol wrecked. Goodmead wrecked. East Haven, not too bad. The two castles are doing it rough as well. You're not quite sure what's happening there. But Targos, for the most part, has been saved. Bryn Shander is completely unscathed. So, the Order of the Beak. What would you like to do as you survey? Well, I assume you're going to help out and kind of, as much you can, heal the injured, put the town back together as best you can. I'm assuming that's what you do.
What was the deal with East Haven?
That's where you started the battle with the dragon, I believe, and you kind of drove it away from there. Was it East Haven?
Tourmaline.
Oh, Tourmaline. Sorry,
That was it.
Tourmaline.
Right.
Tourmaline.
Tourmaline, sorry. Got my big towns confused. So, I think it's safe to assume you
So
kind of
it
help
got
out
East Haven.
post, destruction. There's still people injured, people trapped under buildings.
The big thing that we talked about last time was like getting rid of the Chardlin. We were talking about putting it into the lake.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right, guys? At the end of...
Into a lake. I don't know where else to put it. Yeah.
Can you bury it?
Can you create an earthquake and then shut it? You could do that.
I might be able to.
What about the that temple that we found, the elven one, which was a tomb, because that was magically sealed, so that would
Lonelywood.
that was what I was thinking what we should do with our with the other bits of Chardlin that we'd collected from the cultists and stuff, but weren't wearing, just so that it didn't have its evil influence on us.
That makes a lot of sense.
But we've got like a whole dragon worth of
Yeah.
Chardlin now. That must be pretty heavy. Oh, mind you, we can chuck it in the we can chuck it in the pot, and then just. What do we have, a bag of holding or something like that?
No. And under the town hall in Targos, remember there is also that Chardlin prow of the boat, the one where we encountered the ghost of the lady from the lake.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, well, we could at least store the stuff there because it's a protected site, and try and keep people away from it.
Who is going to be the leader in Targos? Actually, that's because we know that the speaker has died.
Mm-hmm.
George might actually ask you that, Garrett. What's going to happen? Who's going to lead this place?
Yes, the appointment of the speakers and the way that they get selected is different to each of the 10 towns. that, but I might consult my. Have I got history? Not very good history.
You've lived in Targos for a while, have you not?
Yes, I have, but I have not got on well with the speaker. Nerith was never a fan of myself and Keegan for some reason. I never quite understood it, but he always seemed quite resentful of our happiness and our happy little home. So DM of knowing things, how is the selection of speakers brought about? I rather imagined that this was a sort of aristocracy where the rich and influential would vote themselves power.
Strange
benevolently.
enough, it's actually a democracy. People vote.
How much do their votes cost?
Well, I mean, it's a democracy kind of in quote marks, right? Like, it should be one person, one vote, but, you know, a poor...
It's a feudal democracy. It's not your vote that counts, it's your count that votes.
What we could do, Whimsy whispers this, is she could take the shape of the old speaker, take the form of the old speaker, and then we could get rid of all this, could do whatever we need to do to get rid of all the Shardlin stuff, and then once that's done, she can take on a normal shape.
I don't have any spells that I could use to dig a big hole. Do you? Like we need
Well, that's what I'm saying. We could get the whole town to build a big hole. If, for example,
okay, I got you.
If Whimsy takes on the shape of the speaker.
I'm also thinking that possibly somebody like Mimsy from Lonelywood. We already have speakers that may have been displaced, that survived from other areas, that might have at least leadership skills that, in terms of organising the towns and so forth. Might we not
The
deputise
people from Lonelywood will be returning though, won't they? I'm guessing.
You learn that they all basically ran to Bryn Shander. That's what people in Lonelywood did.
And remember, there might be people from Goodmead, although I don't think they had a speaker. They were in the process of re-electing one, remember, because Nerith wanted us to try and influence the vote to one of his preferred candidates.
Oh, we never got to Goodmead, did we?
Not before it was destroyed, no.
Oh, and Dugan's Hole is gone.
No, yeah, Dugan's Hole and Goodmead Hole.
And we know Keir Dinneville and Keir Connig were attacked, but we don't know what situation they are. So perhaps we need to send out riders or messengers to find out what the situation is, what aid might be required, or whether we're abandoning Keir Connig and getting people to redistribute between Targos, Brimchand, Tourmaline, and whatever East Haven is still habitable.
Well, I'm all for some help if we can get it from one of the trustworthy speakers, such as the Lonelywood or Bryn Shander one, to make this job easier. But I think it's important that not too many people know where the stash of Shardlin may be. I have a fear that with something so evil, it will attract the wrong sort of people, try and unleash it and use it for themselves.
What about that tomb in Lonelywood?
I've heard of this tomb. If it is as easy to take it there, then I feel that we should.
Yes. I feel the protecting what remains of the population and making sure that they are looked after as best we can. So perhaps we need to find out what the main problems are for Lonelywood and what has become of Bremen and the refugees from there.
I think we heard from Bremen that it's no more. That it's pretty destitute. I think that's what we heard last week.
Yeah, 2/3 of the population were killed. Yeah.
Are we in Targos?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, I think we should also send a messenger to Bryn Shander to tell them that the threat of this particular dragon it's been defeated. So that should bring good news, and also allow some of the refugees to perhaps return to some of their homes,
Try and rebuild.
to rebuild, or at least to recover what materials and possessions that they might have fled from and not had time to take.
Look out for a woman trapped in a building in Dugatol.
Oh, she's dead.
Yeah,
I'll
right.
tell you, she's dead.
Like,
Oh, damn.
Is that the poor old lady?
That's the other poor old lady. There were two poor old ladies in this particular battle.
Hmm.
That's not the one who got robbed on the street and killed.
Yep.
That's the one who got trapped in
Remember
her
her?
falling building
Who got robbed on the street and killed?
last week. Don't worry.
Oh,
While
okay.
the dragon was attacking, some thugs decided to be thugs.
yes, yeah, you were strangely yourself, Tarvin, overcome by the foul influence of the Shardlin, we think, because you.
I think it was something else. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just was having an off day.
Oh, no wonder you didn't remember. Don't
Yeah.
worry. That made your choice easy.
Tarvin reveals to the group that he has a drinking problem.
The other thing that we knew that near Tourmaline there were those in the deep mines, but that we shouldn't dump the Shardlin down there because we know not what evil lurks down there that might become empowered.
Yeah.
Fair idea what lurks down there.
Valine does chime in and say, well, look, if you bury the Shardlin, people are going to know where it's buried. It won't matter how deep it is. It is very difficult to dispose of something as large as a dragon made of Shardlin, for God's sake. My suggestion would be to throw it into Mal Del Dun. You know, that's going to be deep. It's a deep lake. And even if people know where it is, it's going to be difficult to go down there to get it. That would be my suggestion.
Won't it poison the lake?
Well, you're our Shardlin expert. What risk is there for it to corrupt the animals, the flora and the fauna? For example, that plesiosaur that was placated by trusty Paladin.
Make me a nature check, Shajar, and I'll see what you know. Make a nature check.
Okay.
First actual roll of the night.
I think the lake monster was purposefully turned, though, right? As you know, apart as opposed to say natural influence from the Shardlin.
It's true. It had
By
something
happenstance.
called I can't remember. There's a spell on it that gives it consciousness, gives it life. Makes
Been
it
awakened.
Awakened, yeah. Awakened Beast was a spell cast on it. In your opinion, Shajaya, it's not ideal. Some fishes down there might become nasty fishes, might turn carnivorous when they're usually just plankton eating. Bigger fish,
Can
you're
we
not
destroy
sure.
it?
What does Shazaya think about
Ask Shazam.
putting it in the tomb, locked by the moon door?
Well, it will just be. There's nothing else in the tomb, is there?
Just more Shardlin.
And we can't destroy it.
And it's negatively charged in the tomb. Then it's probably better than I would say, because all the people rely on the lake for their food, their delicious trout, don't they?
Yeah, it's a risk.
Yeah.
Here is
And
the
it might
Elven
come
Tomb.
back. It might come back to bite us.
Oh hell, you're back,
Uh,
Scar. What am I saying? This is a fever dream of Tarvin's.
flashback.
Metamuck. Yeah, what a.
And there we go.
It's
I'll
Whimsy
reveal
just
the
taking on
full map
Scout's
to
shape.
you.
This is one of Tarvin's fever dreams.
So if you remember, there were actual like sarcophaguses and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and sealed rooms that were behind the that magical protection. Although obviously the wall had been broken in through here, So whether
Yeah.
we make some effort to repair that, or if you remember where the paladin struck down the zombie,
Yeah.
there was that magically sealed thing. Although I don't think that is going to hold an entire dragon's worth of Shardland.
But each of these doors is controlled by a.
By the moon, by
Yeah.
the moonlight, right?
So we could put it in
So
one of
both
these.
we can put it in
yeah.
both of these two.
Yeah.
But
The
that
sarcophagus.
does kind of mean twice a month that it's going to open
It's true.
open the doors.
Oh. Oh my God.
I hate to point out, but there will be whatever appropriate moon phase will occur at some point.
Okay, well that's more dangerous than, in my opinion, than putting it in the lake. Then.
Let's put it in the lake.
Yeah, and also we have to do it in such a way that we're not touching it for very long.
Can we tow it behind? Can we tow it onto a boat or something like that?
We have.
We've got the dogs, the dead dogs. We can ask Velen. Velen's listening to our conversation.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am. I will point out that perhaps the best thing we can do for these people is to stop this blasted winter. I have some thoughts about that. I mean, moving the dragon to the lake in the best possible thing, that is a week's long task. You grab a bit of Shardland, handle it carefully, walk across the frozen ice, get on a boat, go to the middle of Maldonadoon, drop off the Shardland. Repeat. That is a week's long process. We can advise, we can coordinate, but this winter is still here. I have thoughts on ending it.
Perhaps we can leave the cleanup of the Shardland remains, which we should impress upon the remaining guards the evil magic nature of this. It's to store that in the dungeon underneath the town hall with the other Shardland object, which they should already know was somewhat cursed with that evil spirit that was around it. So perhaps we can leave them with those instructions for that, and then perhaps we should seek out the Frost Maiden herself for a final confrontation.
The guards that you suggest this to, they say they're more than happy to do it. And they say, Garrett, that's a good suggestion. The Order of the Beak has proven its valor once again. And Garrett, can't help but point out that Targos is lacking a town leader. Is it something you would consider?
It would be an honor to return to Targos and lead the fine people here and make sure that we recover and become stronger than we were before this accursed winter. But I feel honor bound to actually confront the Frost Maiden before I take on such a mantle of leadership.
Well, let's just say that you'll romp home. You have the support of the people. I mean, you literally saved us from a dragon, Garrett. And we know you have ties here. And we know you'd be a great leader. But go kick that Frost Maiden's butt for us, huh?
Well, team, from here, where does the trail lead us next in terms of confronting the Frost Maiden?
There's two things. Do we need to get word back to the good dwarves and the sunblight thing there, or are we hopping on our? Are we fulfilling our oath to?
Still need to
Velen?
kill the bad dwarf's leader.
What was the lady's name? Was
Well, there's Mr. Sunblight, the guy who was behind this entire scheme for the dragon, he's still alive. Zeradork Sunblight. As you left, he was alive, and you basically escaped by the skin of your teeth. And there's also so you don't know really what's happening in Sunblight. You left you left the battle effectively. The person though who you're asking about, if you remember, her name was Grandolpha Musgard.
Oh, what's happening? What's happening there?
Is that Shazia Tavin's one?
Not me. It's
I think you're banging your
Right now.
microphone. Oh!
No, I'm not. I haven't touched it.
That's Shazia's though.
Yes.
Sounded like an at lunch.
what is happening?
Oh, it sounds better now. Say something, Leah.
Oh, I haven't touched
Ooh,
Maybe
super
see
quiet.
if your connection is and where you plug in the headphones or speakers. Maybe that's come out a bit.
Super quiet.
Faint to hear you.
Pretty
Can you hear me?
So
Not very
quiet
well.
though. Yeah, super quiet.
and lots of static.
Oh, that's weird. What about now?
Just the same.
No change.
Has she fallen down a well?
I think something's been knocked. Like this.
The
Okay.
microphone could be the microphone jack.
Yeah, the jack. That's the word I was looking for.
Say hi. Ajaya.
Did she disconnect and try and reconnect? Is she switching it on, switching it off again?
Mm.
Let's. Hopefully she'll come back reconnected. She's probably frantically plugging things in and unplugging things, I suspect, at the moment. So the situation.
Muscat.
Yeah,
that her
Grandolpha
name?
Musgart was the one you kind of allied with to say, because she was more interested in trade than destroying the towns. And with Zeradork Sunblight was just wanting to destroy the towns. Now when you left, you're not sure what happened. The battle was still raging with the forces of Grandolpha and the forces of Zeradork Sunblight. You don't know.
So in terms of where we go from here, do we need to go and ensure that the Duragar, the good Duragar, are secure in the Sunblight fortress? Is that our next logical step, or do we have somewhere else that we could go to confront Frostmaiden?
The two things, like, so we've got to deal with Velen, that we go to this island with her, and that she's going to take us to the island where the Frost Maiden dwells. And so it's just a question of, do we tidy this up before we leave, or do we go straight to the island?
Is that any better, guys?
Perfect.
Much better. Yeah, welcome back.
I don't know what that was from. Sorry.
No,
I,
come-
Gremlins in the system.
Coming in
That's
loud
right.
and clear. Villain will point out, look, no matter what is happening in Sunblight, the efforts of Zeradok Sunblight, if he still lives, has been severely hampered. He's, at best case scenario, he has quelled the rebellion that has weakened him. His greatest weapon, the Shadowland Dragon, has been destroyed. He has been dealt a serious blow. Maybe he will rise again, but he is in dire straits. Best case scenario, he has many problems of his own.
Perhaps we should at least inform the town speakers about the Grandolpha, and that possibly if they're able after their efforts to look after their own borders and stuff to potentially support it, or at least inform them about the existence of the Sunblight Fortress.
I agree. And, trade. Trade keeps things moving. How close is the town to the dragon? The dragon is inside of Targos in various
it's
bits and pieces.
It's next to the town hall.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think-
well,
I
then
think-
it can charm all the people in the town. It will affect them.
That's why we think, for the meantime, the guards, because didn't we talk to the guards and the guards said, yeah, we'll do this?
Yeah,
Well,
I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Yeah.
Yeah,
So they're going to put it in the vault under the town hall where they already had that shuttle and
yeah.
Okay.
prow from
Yeah.
that boat, and the instructions are to keep it basically locked up and away, and perhaps we should also be wary of the invisible Duragar potentially. Perhaps there is some magicians or sorcerers here who might be able to at least prevent invisible monsters from sneaking up on it, perhaps. But I mean, these town guards are pretty effective. I mean, they've managed to at least score some hits on the dragon, so I think they're fairly competent.
we'll keep it safe, town speaker.
Yeah.
Perhaps my only other thought is there's none of the Reghead tribes that we need to check on in terms of their support.
Tarvan's the only redhead in our group.
Oh, but like for you guys, like the Wormdoom Crag, for you guys.
Us, yeah, we're not redheads. We're Goliaths.
Oh,
No.
forgive me. I thought the Goliaths were part of the Reghead nomads that travelled these lands.
No, we
Forgive my ignorance.
we are our own thing. No, it's fine. I don't think the dragon even came close to our mountain. If I saw the flight path, we were miles away.
Okay.
In fact, yes, if we have a look here, yeah, it did not even come close. I would love to go home and say what we have done, destroying this crystalline dragon. Oh, it's a good story to tell, but I think we are fine.
Well, didn't you deliver the death blow?
I'm back.
Is
Sorry.
that not you?
Oh yes, no, it's 2 dragons I've now slain in less than a week, or
Well,
about
I
that.
think we should mention this to the bards in the local taverns so that your story might eventually make its way back to your tribes, the tales of that. So I think
Well,
that would be.
Can I just say that it is all of us who have worked so well together, that the way that we worked together to pull it down, the crazy nymph jumping on the back of the dragon. Oh, that was funny.
That was cool.
Okay, well, I would
You
say
and the horn! You and the horn! Oh, that was amazing! Pity it knocked nymph off onto the ground, but you with that horn, that's some true bravery there. I am proud to go with this group wherever we need to go, so long as we get to kill more dragons.
So we're just shooting the breeze, or are we doing something?
Sorry, I just got a bit sidetracked, but yes, no.
so we were just checking that there wasn't anything else that we needed to do, and we think that the sunblights are not our most significant problem that we need to confront Oriel.
That's
So
true,
we were-
but they'll probably pop up again, though, right? That's their nature.
It is their nature, but we now have allies, and we're now aware of the threat, and we now know where their fortress is. So if they do prove to be a problem again, we should be able to take troops from Targos and Bryn Shander and snuff out that threat once and for all, and install our friend the Grandolpha onto the in charge of those clans. I think we've made an ally in her.
Sorry.
Do we know what happened to Mary?
I mean,
I'm hoping he's still
He's
in
fine.
Bryn Chandler.
he was talking. The rumors we're hearing back is Mira is considered almost the hero of Bryn Chandler, keeping people away from the dragon's flight path, feeding them, distribute it with a cauldron of plenty. He did well. He has honoured himself.
Cool. All right. Well, keep up the good fight, young man. So are we going to go with Velen, right?
So,
Consensus. Okay.
Would you like me to describe what I see happening? Where a path lies from here?
sure.
Sure.
Well, there's a great city of the Netherese Empire, a place called Yithrin. And via my colleagues back in Luskin, did some divination magic, and we've determined that underneath the Reghead Glacier itself, this is where we'll find Yithrin. Unfortunately, Yithrin is buried deep under the Reghead Glacier. Now, there's a rumor of an item called the Codicil of White. It's rumored to contain a spell or a ritual that will carve a passage through the glacier itself and take us straight towards Yithrin. Now, Yithrin, as you may or may not know, was a great city of thousands of years ago. It literally floated through the air. It's from the age of Arcana, where magic was some say the magic users got too arrogant and tried to challenge the gods, and for whatever reason, Yithrin crashed. Its magic was gone. From my research that I've done, inside of Yithrin there's this magical item called a Mythala. Now the Mythala was the item that was said to provide the city its power. Some say the powers was in it was greater even than the mightiest of all spells, the wish spell. Maybe, just maybe, there's a spell in there within the Mythala that'd be powerful enough to end this blasted winter. So, if you would join me, this is how I see it working. We go to the very home of Ariel. The island of Solstice, it is called. That is where Ariel resides. If we could find the Codicil of White, we can open up the Reghead Glacier, get to Yithrin, get to the Mythala, and maybe, just maybe, save this endless winter. I do have a quest within this quest as well, though. A former colleague of mine, Nas Latimir, he stole something very precious to me, almost a family heirloom. And he took something from me. It is an orb of great power. It is called the Professor Orb. And no one knows more about Yithrin. No one knows more about these spells than my Professor Orb. If we could find that, that would be great. And Nas Latimir stole the orb from me. So find Nas Latimir, finds my orb, and find the Codicil of White, and I think we'll be away. What do you think? What do you all think?
So if we're tracking this Nas Latimir down, where might we find him? 'Cause it's not somebody that we've encountered in the 10 towns so far. So where was he last sighted?
My understanding is he was after the Codicil of White himself. So I don't know, but I would guess that he would be on the island of Solstice as well.
And your other rival that was in Kier Dinaval, the Tiefling that we encountered?
Avels.
There's nothing, you don't feel she has any information? Or that she would be a threat to you anyway?
Well, she might be a threat. Let's see, we arrived here together, but we had a bit of a falling out. Ness went one way, Avarice went another way, and I went another way. I do not know of Avarice. Perhaps she's heading to the island even as we speak. Maybe she'll get the ore, maybe she will get the codicil of white, maybe she will open up the path to Yithrin. Who knows? Great power there.
Well, I think there's not a moment to lose then, that we best be on our way to the island. What say you, team?
Tally
A
ho.
chance to get closer to this Frost Maiden, I think, will be very well welcomed.
Yeah, let's go.
Yes.
He's drinking a bit.
Now, this island, how might we best get to the island, given I'm assuming that involves some form of trip across some ocean or water body? Is it in the Sea of Moving Ice somewhere?
Yes.
Right.
That is a problem I do not have a solution to. We'll need some ship or something to get us
Don't-
around the
don't-
sea moving ice.
Don't we know a whale? There's a whale who could help us. Maybe.
But what would we have to do to appease the whale? I think we were fortunate last time to negotiate our way back with those stranded pirates and fuel oil. The stranded whalers.
Perhaps our druid can speak to it.
Well, and our paladin, is she not also a friend to those of the sea?
Oh, undoubtedly, of course.
That's right. She's got gills. We could. Was the whale aware of our dodginess? Didn't we get away with it?
We got away with it.
Yeah,
We
he had no
convinced it.
idea. Yeah.
Yep, had no idea how dodgy we were.
But
So
remember, Ungajuk wanted us to do some stuff for it. So last time was payment, so we had to. Was that destroying the Dark Duchess?
That was it.
That was it. But so, what would we be able to pay the whale with this time for our passage, if you like? Is there something that the whale would desire?
maybe he might
Perhaps.
have another chore for us.
Mhm. And perhaps, maybe, he has a beef with the Frost Maiden too. Everyone else has some form of beef with this Frost Maiden. Maybe that is also an issue.
Yeah, because all the lakes are frozen over, so
It might
And the
not be
sea
able
is
to get
frozen
up
up.
and breathe nearly as easily.
I think the lakes though are fresh water. Is not the Sea of Moving Ice a salt
and-
water body?
Yep, that's correct.
were we going through the Sea of Moving Ice with him?
Yes.
Yeah. Remember they took us down to the stranded sailors
Mhm.
who had not yet resorted to the savagery of eating each other. He says not knowing any back history.
Yeah.
At least none of us here know what that is like.
Oh, ye dead characters.
Whimsy knows it though, right? Whimsy came just before she revealed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Whimsy was Whimsy's first thing was the Dark Duchess and the thing. Yeah. All right. Well, is it worth a shot?
I think Ungajuke's bell was perhaps where we should make for then.
Okay.
As I say, is there anything that we could take? Could we take? Do you think an offering of knuckle-headed trout would appease the beast? I mean, we do have like potions of animal friendship. We've still got one of those, and perhaps our nature-sensitive druids might also be able to reach out and come to an accord.
Do you think he'd be interested in Angituk or whatever his name is, would be interested in magical items? Because there were a couple of others that we left at that wrecked boat.
At the bottom of the sea.
That's at the
the
bottom of the
yeah.
Beak Fine
So
Film.
we could show Angie took the way, and there's some magic. Bada bing, bada boom.
And he won't want any of that shiny gold stuff that was hanging around either.
Why would a whale want that? Exactly.
What does the whale want?
Yeah.
I think we just have to
Fancy
ask,
trawling.
right? We just have
We
to
just
ask.
have to ask.
He'd want everybody to stop fishing, killing his mates, eh? That might be a bit tough.
Let's go ring the bell.
All right.
Okay. So we'll
Ding
assume
dong.
the rest of the day you kind of help out a little bit, get a nice long sleep for your long rest. So take your long rest, get all those spell slots
I'll
back,
help
all those
out at
hit
the
points
inn.
back. What's that?
Help out at the inn.
Oh, okay, cool.
Whimsy will.
Nice. And you get rest
One
up
for
and
you, one for me.
the guards, do as constructed by. They still refer you to as Speaker, Garrett, even though if you haven't perhaps formally accepted the offer yet. But Villain Harpel, first thing in the morning, she gets her zombie sled going, and you start hurling across the plains of Icewind Dale. Now, you see some things along the way. You see some mammoths. You see some other various large fauna.
You
Due
see
to
the
the
place where.
Mhm.
Sorry, go. Do we go past the place where Scar died?
Did Scar die out this way? You can if you like.
Yeah, he died. He died on the thing. It was
His
in the middle of
memoriam is
here.
at the Isn't his memoriam in Bryn Shander though?
Oh, his memoriam has been changed.
Well,
But so long as we
Tar-
don't see like a
Carbon
dent.
remembers the spot well. I know where it is.
Yeah.
You
It'd be a nice
pass
little
by,
scorch on.
and you look at the place where Scar died, and you push on. It takes you a few days to get there, but due to the sheer speed of Velin and the fact that her dogs don't need to sleep, you make excellent time and avoid anything along the way as well. And you make your way back to Angajuk's Bell. It is pretty much how you left it. What would you like to do?
Ring a ding ding.
Yep.
Yep,
Okay.
do it.
Who's going to talk to the whale? Hang on.
I think maybe,
Who's got the best charisma?
not me.
Whimsy?
Whimsy's pretty good.
Yeah, Whimsy.
Okay. She'll cast Eagles
Oh, look. Bugs.
Splendor on herself as well.
Malamak. Cal.
Almost.
I've got terrible charisma. I've got no charisma. It's so funny.
Very wise, though.
Had a high charisma once.
Okay. Once. Dick. Okay, so you go ring the bell. You wait for a little bit. Few moments go past. And eventually, you see the mighty Angajuk. Once again, it's the scars crisscross along the back of this mighty whale. The weird bubble it has on top of it is still there. It's been mounted to it. And it bursts through the ice, the thin sheet around where the bell is. And it goes... Oh, it is you again.
Hello.
What is it that you want?
Well, we've just killed a Shardland dragon, and we know how to kill to end this winter. And
You
you can
mean-
help us.
You mean this winter that kills those who walk on land, who destroy the animals, who kill things? Sounds
Freeze the
okay
fish.
to me.
I know how angry you must be about it.
The fish are not freezed, we dive. The water is not frozen. It does not affect me.
Oh, what about your friends, all the fishies? You're okay with it?
Once again, you go down a little bit, the water is perfectly fine.
So you don't want to end the winter?
I wish to speak to the druid.
Hang on. And Whimsy will go get the druid.
Okay.
And she'll drop enhance ability on herself while she's at it and cast Eagle Splendor on the druid.
What is it you want from me, druid?
They want. We would like you to carry us over to the island.
Why do you wish to go to the island?
It's for us to seek a. I'm just looking for that.
The professor's orb.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
as
think.
Whimsy's messaging it.
Have you heard of the codicil of white?
No, I have not. Why is that a concern of mine?
Because it will help us and end. If we can get hold of that, we could end the endless winter in Icewind Dale and hopefully help most of the people across the whole land.
So you'll be helping the whalers, is that what you're saying, druid?
We're willing to come to some kind of arrangement with you. If you tell us what you need, we might be able to help you.
Also, nothing will stop the whalers. We saw that.
Nothing will stop them.
Nothing will stop them. Whether it's freezing or whether it's not freezing. Which we witnessed ourselves.
I want oceans to roam in. I want the fish to be fish. I want the land creatures to dwell and not be hunted. I think you are asking for things that you cannot possibly provide, druid.
Sounds, yeah, in an ideal world, I would provide you with those things, but I'm just a druid.
To tell me,
Mother Nature has her way, and Mother Nature wants it to be normal. Messaging this.
yeah, Unga
I'm
is
a
bit
member
a
of
hippie.
Greenpeace, if that helps.
Oh, well, come on in, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cat carrying.
To tell me, druid, it seems as if your greatest desire is to end this endless winter. Explain to me why is that a concern of mine.
Oh my goodness. Anyone else feel free to offer some help here because
I can whisper it. I can whisper it to
we can't
to her
say
if anybody has any plans.
we can't
No,
say
Shajaya,
all the
I am
whales.
talking to you.
After
Whimsy's
the
just
winter
messaging in her head.
kills the life on the land, everything under the water will be next. Oriel's plan is for
Yeah.
every living thing, so it's
Oh, that's good. That's good. And Whimsy messages that to Shajaya.
Eventually, the endless winter is going to take your life as well. And the life of all the other animals and creatures that live in the, whether it be on the ocean or in the land.
There's only
Because
so
it-
far they
it's-
can dive before
it's
it gets freezing down there
unsustainable.
too.
Yeah.
Unsustainable.
Make a persuasion check, Shajaya, at advantage, thanks to your enhance ability. Persuasion check at advantage. Ooh, roll again. You might get a natural 20, but a 19 is pretty good. Oh, you do get a natural 20.
nice.
A million times
Get on
across
my back.
the multiverse, people have always said, "Oh, roll another d20 because you might get the natural 20," and you nailed it, Shijai, with a natural 20. So well done.
October 4th,
Thank you.
7:05 p.m. in New Zealand.
Yeah, note it down.
I'm just not very good at knowing how to tell the story. If I feel like I don't know enough to tell the story.
Doing good.
You did a fantastic
Yeah.
job, Shijai. So, yeah. Angajuk says, "Well, this is the thing with the evil. It doesn't know when to stop. The whalers, they can provide plenty with the one whale, but they don't stop at 1, they stop at 10, and they stop at 100. It goes on and on and on. You speak wisdom, Shijaya. This,
What can we do for you? Is there something we can offer you that you need
how about you?
apart from what we've already discussed?
You think I am swayed by gold, Shijai? You think I am swayed by magic? What could
No.
you possibly offer me?
Food?
The ocean provides.
We offered to limit the amount of fishing done there.
We could limit the amount of whaling and fishing.
Because we're heroes and we can do that.
You,
We could also tell them that the population of 2-foots has been significantly reduced. There are
Thanks
no
to our
longer
initial
10
failures, you're welcome.
there's no longer 10 towns. It's more like 4.5.
2-foots. I thought you were talking about hobbits there for a second. The clan of 2-foots. Bilbo 2-foot.
I'm sure you referred to the 2-foots last time.
Oh, I
Is
did.
that not you?
I did.
If we can somehow end this winter, there will be more food sources available to the people of Icewind Dale.
They'll be able to grow their farms again.
Yeah, and grow
George.
other sources of meat that aren't ocean or lake based.
Shijai, you have spoken wisdom. The evil that is now very pervasive on the land, it will come for the ocean. I will do this task for you. If you could talk to the hunters of the whale upon your return, I would be very much appreciative. To learn to take yes for an answer, Druid.
Learn to take. Hey,
Learn to take yes
He's
for
gonna
an
he's gonna
answer.
help us. He's gonna help us.
It's going to help us.
thank you.
And where is it you wish to go, Shajaya?
To the island. To the island. What's the name of the island?
The island of Solstice.
Solstice.
The island of Solstice.
Well,
Is sorry.
let's go. Climb on aboard.
I know that Nymph isn't here, but I really hope that Nymph just jumps on board her
Seahorse?
Horse.
her seahorse, and rides alongside.
Yeah, I think absolutely Nymphadora would do that. So that's what happens. The dragon goes down. He knows approximately where the island of Solstice was. And the underwater journey takes a good few days. And in a similar way, the last time you're on here, he showed you shipwrecks, he showed you sunken cities, very much like a tour guide. He shows you around the underwater, which most of you haven't seen. You haven't seen underwater cities and abandoned shipwrecks and great squids of the depths. Very interesting. And you eventually come to a place which is described to you as this. He says, no, this is the island of Solstice. I've provided you transport here, Druid. What would you have me do now?
We'll need a trip back. We'll need a trip back.
Well, we are going to need some help to get back, but we don't know how long we're going to be here. Keep the meter running. Is there any way that we can summon you?
I will come to this place. And you see there's a little dock onto this island of Solstice. The thing you immediately notice is the dock is huge. The stairs leading up and down to the dock, you almost have to climb on it. It is that big. It is just massive.
Giant stairs.
Giant stairs, yeah, very much giant stairs. Things are just huge. And as you approach the whole island, you feel thankful that Ungajuk knows this so well, because this island is just completely surrounded in mist and fog, very, very thick. But it is thin enough that you can see these 40-foot high sheer cliffs of solid ice. And jutting out of the water off the coast, you see sunken ships with weather-beaten masts. And you see, as you go closer, the shattered dock carved out of ice. And it becomes obvious that this dock was made for giants. Carved out of ice and massive steps. Bzz, bzz. Ungajuk says, I can return here at dawn for the next 3 days. So conduct your business within 3 days, and I can meet you here at dawn. Is that acceptable to you, Druid?
We would really appreciate that. Thank you.
What time is it now, Malcolm?
Early morning.
Ah,
So you've
cool.
got
Thank you.
3 full days.
3 whole days.
Okay. So Ungajuk gently pulls you up
Is
against
the lady
this-
who sent us here, is she with us?
Oh yes, I'm right here,
Hello?
Whimsy.
Oh,
Villain
there you are. Oh,
Hathor,
jeez.
yes.
Okay, yep. Right behind me.
Yes. I'm standing right
Oi.
behind you. I've been here the whole time.
You gotta stop creeping up like that.
Okay. So you get off Ungajak's back and you enter onto the island of Solstice. Ungajuk bids you farewell. And where is the island of Solstice? Where have you gone? And you arrive over here. Island of Solstice. Now the first thing you'll notice is visibility is quite limited. This is you guys here. And you'll notice that you can see about 200 feet around you. This is a dock you arrived on here. This is this massive giant dock. And these were just some of the things you saw along the way. Like there's a sunken ship here. Another couple of sunken ships here. And this dock. As I said, the whole island is shrouded in ice. Jump up on it. And sinks under the water. Would you like?
Ellen.
And cold does not begin to describe this place. You have survived through lizards, you've climbed up mountains, you've done some very, very cold things. And some of you are actually starting to feel a little bit comfortable with your cold resistance. But this place is just taken it to a whole other level. You scrunch up in your winter clothes, but even those with cold resistance, you're still cold as well. It's gone up another level.
I have got the ring of warmth. I've still got that. If anyone needs it. Because
Whimsy might be keen on it.
yeah.
Oh no, she's got her little crystal.
I'm fine, thank you. Nymph is fine. She's already got that status.
All right, so Level 3.
Valen, do you have any information on the layout of this land? Any ideas where we should be trying to head?
I've never been here before. My understanding, it has an approximation of a snowflake shape. Beyond that, I could not say. I feel we are walking around blind here.
Is this a
Well-
big island or a small island?
Well, I can answer all of those questions for you. Yes, I can. And you see, just kind of bouncing out of the fog, there's this little creature. It looks like a little, almost like a dog with some wings on it. It's definitely looks like it's definitely blue. Almost looks like it could be made out of ice itself. Oh, I can tell you shape of island. I am guide. We do not get many visitors here, we do. I could guide you. I know many things about the sea, about the islands of Solstice. I'm quite the expert. Be your guide I can. What say you?
Is it an ice method, Malcolm?
You can make a nature check.
No,
We've seen one before.
We've seen them on a couple of occasions.
Yeah.
Does it look the same as wisps?
Nature check, please. I'll give you what information I can. It doesn't look like exactly like the ice methods before. It looks like it's sharing similar traits for it. It's made from ice. The way that the ice methods cackled at you, and when they were taunting you and exploding around you, it seems to have the same type of demeanor about it. You have a strong suspicion this might be an ice method, and you have a strong suspicion, but it's also slightly different, like it's almost more dog-like. Be your guide I can. I'll show you things, I can teach you things. Sopo doesn't get many visitors. Please.
Sorry, is that your name? Zarpal?
Sopo.
Zoppal?
Zopo. I'll put it in the chat.
Zoopal?
Sopo.
Sopal.
So,
Sopo. So you are lost. You do not know. I heard you talking. Sopo can guide you. Sopo can teach you things.
Are you a guide for, do you do this sort of thing normally, hanging out by the dock, waiting to guide people?
No, we get so few visitors. I'm so excited to show you island. I do not get visitors. That's why I'm so excited.
What would you suggest we visit first?
Oh, Sopo can show you shipwrecks around the island. It contains much treasure. Treasure. Magic even. Show you all shipwrecks around the island. Sopo will be most helpful.
Is there anyone else living on this island, Sopal?
Oh, there's the Frost Maiden. She lives right in the middle. Oh, scary she is. I do not go there. Sopo stays away. Sopo keeps distance.
What's so scary about her?
You asking me what's so scary about a Frost goddess? Oh, Sopo think you're not very smart.
Oh no, I have respect, but what is it that she can do that is so scary?
Oh, I don't know, but Sopo keeps distance. She keeps... Sopo seen her riding giant bird. Sopo just hides in shadows when she does that.
How do we know you don't work for her?
Well, Sopo be your guide. Sopo will prove himself. Heck, Sopo was so excited. There was someone else who came here, I must say. There was one other person who came, and Sopo tried to guide him, but that person died. It was sad. So made Sopo sad.
What does that person look like?
Oh, he's a human? I can't remember his name. Sopo's not good with his name, but he was carrying this little crystal thing that kept talking to him. It was most strange. Said, "Hello, I am Professor Orbe." It talked like that. Sopo very confused. But Sopo good guide. But person died. Made Sopo sad.
Yeah, George looks over at Valen.
Yep, that's your stone.
Well, do you know
Where
where
is
this...
this?
Oh,
Yeah, where's his belongings?
this is very good. Well, he died in the northwest of the island. Sopo can show you way.
Can I run an insight check on it to
Sure.
see if it's telling the truth? Woo. Even though that's not my strong point.
18,
18 for
7.
insight from
Whimsy now, is it?
Whimsy. Yeah, she's
To
she's a
Whimsy.
justice kid.
So, it is odd that this creature would specifically mention an orb. So you believe it that, because this is what you're looking for, and this is what he's mentioned. So you believe that he knows where the orb is.
Just seems too,
Too convenient.
Indeed.
But if we let it go and then we just flounder in the mist, we don't know what we're doing. We're just easy
That's
pickings,
true.
aren't we?
Or he
We need-
leads us into
need-
a trap where we're easier pickings.
We either chance that and be prepared for a trap, or we bind this thing to us somehow.
Do you want me to try and can I do roll inside as well?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Before we go, just let me go. 19.
19. Similar thing to what
Very
Whimsy
good.
said. You believe the creature, Sopo, knows where the, presumably the fallen body of Nas Latimer is. So you believe that as much. That if you're looking for villains Professor Orb, then this is a very strong lead.
Okay, Sopo, what can we? So if you're going to be our guide,
Yes.
can we give you something in payment that you might want? We have some food, but what is it that you might like?
Oh, Sopo just want company. Sopo so lonely.
Shajaya,
Yeah.
you might. I think your plan sounds sound.
Detect thoughts.
Just have a quick read of it and see if that might be of some benefit.
Yeah. When you
With-
cast the spell, it can focus your mind on any one creature that you can see.
And without even rolling, you get surface thoughts from Sopo. That's just a part of the spell. And the surface
Yeah.
ones you get by from Sopo. He's excited, and he's a little nervous as well. But excitement and nervousness would be is what you'd find. If you'd like to dig deeper, you can. Sopo, I'm not sure, but I think Sopo would know if you cast it and he passes his wisdom saving throw. He would know that you're trying to pry into his thoughts. Do you wish to dig deeper, Shajaya?
I can ask my team. Would you like me to? Like, I can just whisper. Would you like me to?
Yep.
See
Can
if
we
there's-
before that can we actually see? I know it's bugger all visibility, but can we see a shadow of a looming tower or anything like that? A direction that we need to go? That suggests where we would be best going.
You just see fog around you. Yeah, you can see 200 feet around you as seen on the map. That's all you see.
It looks like we're going to go with Sopo, whether we want to or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, whether you want to risk the making him angry, whatever. But yeah, I think we've got to go with Sopo unless we got some way of seeing further. If somebody's got a scrying, somebody can scry. What's her name? She's with us. Scry your little heart out, honey.
What do you wish me to scry?
Oh, we need to see which way to go. North, south, east, west, and where north, south, east, west is, and how to get to your. Can you see your or sense your orb, the Professor Orb, through your scrying?
That I cannot do. Let me just have a quick look at my spells. See if there's anything useful here.
Yeah, Whimsy's been looking through those, and I just got stuff that blows stuff up.
Yeah, I cannot scry. I cannot detect where it is. For better or worse, I mean, we're on an island. We have no idea how big the island is. We barely know which way is north at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well, I think Sopo, I think you would be we would be glad to have your company and help us to guide, and we would be glad of your company too.
Oh,
It makes us excited.
Sopo's
I
so
think from what
happy.
you are there any dangerous creatures, do you think, on the island that we need to be avoid because we would not like to die and lose your company?
Oh, Sopo will tell you. Sopo is your friend now. There's the fortress where Oriel presides. There's some caves on the sides of the island, and on those caves the yetis, huge yetis, 20-foot tall yetis. Sopo suggests you avoid the yetis. But there are, I must say, interesting things I could show you. Sopo could, the ice sculptures. Oh, these are so pretty. One would weep at the very sight of them if it was not so cold to make one's eyes freeze. Sopo could show you that.
What kind of sculptures are those? Those sound exciting.
Oh, yes,
What kind of
sculptures.
are they?
Oh, Sopo will show you. You will see. There's sculptures that look...
Well, just tell me.
Well, there's sculptures that look like elks. And Sopo, when looking closely at elks, well, they've got the eyelashes. They've got eyeballs. Most exquisite work. Say what you want about Oriel, but Sopo thinks she makes fantastic ice sculptures.
She knows how to freeze stuff, that's for sure.
Oh, yes. So Sopo will show you. You'll be amazed. Sopo will show you. And Sopo knows where the treasure is. Sopo will show you ship.
Look like an orb.
Oh, yes, Sopo will show you orb. But Sopo can also show you
let's
the
get there first.
shipwrecks.
Let's go to the orb first.
Orb first?
Please,
Okay.
please, Sopo. It looks like this, and then Whimsy will fire up an illusion of what she thinks the orb looks like, based on.
The orb looks like the classic crystal ball that
Yeah.
you've seen movies. Classic crystal
We're looking for
ball.
one of these.
Oh, yes, Sopo's seen that.
Oh yeah, cool. Let's go.
I have one more question, if you don't mind. Is there a safe place on the island, a warm place where we can rest?
Oh, no, Sopo, no. Sopo do not know. This is where the goddess of winter lives. No warmth will be found here.
What could you hear me? You can't hear me breathing, can you?
Yes.
We hear you.
You want to burp again, baby?
Right, Sopo. Well, okay. So, Sopo show you orb first. Ice sculptures are on the way, so Sopo will show you those on the way. And shipwrecks. I mean, interesting. There is I know magic presides there, but there are also some nasty old sea witches who are controlling these people and children, and not very nice. I suggest we don't go there. Nasty sea witches.
No, we won't go there. No.
At this point, even though she's not here, Nymphadora expresses interest in visiting these witches. I'll let her explain herself, and we'll definitely do that. Well, it's up to Nymph, but she would be very interested at the mention of witches on this island. Just little backstory stuff there. Oh, yeah. Okay, Sopo, we will go to across island, and we will see what can be found.
Would I please? I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just need to go and call someone urgently. I'll
Sure.
be back in 5 minutes.
No problem. No
Okay,
problem.
Thank you.
So,
Maybe we take a look at those witches in a week or two.
Sopo confused, but
the,
Sopo
good-
agree.
Maybe the good thing about having a shipwreck is that there's somewhere to sleep and rest. If we're able to clear one out.
Yeah, sure. Well, shall we follow Sopo anyway, right now?
Yay!
So Sopo, follow Sopo.
Whimsy will hang with Sopo. Yay, let's go, Sobo.
Okay, so Sopo starts leading you through.
What tricks
Through.
can you do, Sobo?
Oh, Sopo knows things. That's a Sopo superpower. So he starts leading you along a vague path. And then I'll just show you the shape of the island right there. And it goes through and you see like massive lakes off to one side here. And they're just frozen over completely. It's completely solid. And Sopo kind of mindlessly chatters along. And he brings you here.
Sopo,
Yes.
I thought you said it was up to the northwest.
Oh, yes, we've northwest. Oh, yes. Well, I do not want to go see Frost Maiden. She lives in center of island. I do not want to go there. Best we go around.
Oh, fair enough. Thank
Best
you.
we go around. And okay, so okay, got a little handout for you here.
Oh, he's taking us to those look. That's going to be a sculpture thing.
Yep.
Little ice things. Is that where the orb is?
And you come across the ice sculptures that Sopo was talking about. This is what it looks like.
Okay, let's go around, Sopo. Let's go around the ice sculptures.
Oh,
Whimsy will start making distance from Sopo right now.
oh, there's no harm. Just beautiful. If you want to have a closer look, Sopo would very much recommend it.
Sopo, it looks deadly beautiful. Deadly.
You see, look, there's
George.
bears, elk, saber-toothed tigers, wolves, yeti, the ramarazes, even white dragons. Sopo would suggest you have a look.
George does not want to touch any of these things. He doesn't want to touch it.
Whimsy's stepping back a bit too.
He's got his
Red line, the witch in the wardrobe, and this does not end well.
firm grip on his maul. He leans over to Garrett. Is like, Garrett, these things look like they'll shatter if you had to pull that horn out quick smart. Just keep an eye out. If they start making threatening maneuvers, do not be afraid to use that horn.
So no stealth then.
Well, if they start to threaten us, we're totally surrounded by these ice creatures.
Unless we should go around them. We're asking for trouble.
I think so too.
Can everybody please make me a wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throw. Yep.
That one for Shajai while she's here with her +8 to wisdom.
I should have said at the beginning of most days. Oh, I've already said this. But Mage Armor is on.
Mage armor. Okay, cool. Oh, actually, everybody add plus something to that. I'll tell you what the plus is. Because your paladin friend will give you bonuses.
Yeah.
So you can add
+2 or +3?
+3.
3.
Hopefully 18's enough.
Are we all doing wisdom?
Yeah, I rolled for you, Shajai. Well, you were gone. You
Oh,
rolled a
thank you.
14, which turns into a 17, thanks that Nymphadora is close.
Okay.
Hey, Garrett, these statues are quite beautiful. Maybe you should take a closer look.
Pretty. Oh, they've really got the detail fine on this.
Yeah.
And the details are fine, as Sopo promised, like the deer have little eyelashes, for example. The wolves have a coat of fur that looks exquisite. Garrett, you
But
get up
completely
closer.
clear, right?
What's that,
Well,
sorry?
apparently I'm getting closer. Do they look like clear, like ice, or does it look like frozen fur?
Make a perception check.
Oof.
Yeah, it's hard to say because they're so exquisite.
Oh, well, I suppose if I looked at them closer, that would increase my chances of being able to tell. Hey, guys, you should check this out.
Is he the only one else? Who's the only one affected by it? Or
Mm-hmm. He's wandered over.
cool.
Dorge, you were tempted, but you did not.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Gareth, no, don't wander over. And then George runs to grab him and hold him, tries to tackle him.
Why is these idiots taking you away from these beautiful sculptures, Garrett? You're not taking any of this shit. You two can make a athletics or acrobatics check.
All right.
Oh, 9. Dorge, yeah, you just rough handle them. Garrett, you still like these statues? What do you do?
But they're so pretty. One of these would be great in the garden, and it would look good on my house, just on the roof, I think.
Snap out of it. This is the sitting place of O'Reilly. Do you really think these pretty things are here to serve us? This could be your fate. If you
Get him back here, George. I
Get
might be able to
across.
have him. Get him back here. Get him back here.
George tries to drag him along back to Nymph, or carry him actually, wrap him up in a bear hug and carry him.
Sure. Say with your athletics 25, we'll make this the same grapple check and you manhandle them over to Whimsy.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, and she will cast the spell magic. She can smell it reeking out of him, so she'll cast the smell magic on Garrett.
Okay.
Hoping that it'll break the.
What's
Bang.
Whimsy's spell casting modifier? Is it wisdom?
15. Oh, plus it's charisma.
Just make a charisma check. So D20 plus your charisma.
Charisma, there we go.
Yeah.
9 and
9 and 9. Yeah, you cast a spell magic. Garrett you see Garrett continue to struggle in George's hand, trying to get to these ice sculptures.
she'll bend luck.
Okay.
She'll bend luck and add a D4 to that. Quite angle things. Gotta bust them out of this D4. You know what? I'll just do it on here.
Charisma save or
Another
charisma
2. That's 11.
Oh, what's your charisma modifier?
7.
Got plus 7 for charisma? Was that your save?
She's a
That's your-
sorcerer.
That's your save, not your.
Oh, charisma modifier.
Yep. It's
7.
D20 plus
Yeah,
your
yeah.
charisma modifier, so that will
20.
be
I
more
rolled a
than-
2. Plus 7 is a 9. Plus 2 is a 11.
No, your charisma modifier is plus 4. Not your saving
Yeah.
throw, your charisma modifier.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yeah.
So you rolled a 2
So
plus 4,
plus
which is
4.
6.
Oh, she wouldn't have
plus
done that.
2,
Yeah, no,
which
I
is
wouldn't
8.
have done that. Bend luck. No, I wouldn't have done bend luck. I was looking at the wrong thing. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Garrett continues to struggle. Garrett and Dorge, make another athletics roll off.
Is it
please.
below? Is it 3rd level or below? Whatever's on there? On Garrett? Because otherwise it's gone.
Ah, let me at him. There we at him.
Oh, I see.
Garrett. Well, regardless, the spell magic does not work.
Yeah.
So, Garrett, you burst through out of Dorge things and you make a rush towards admiring these beautiful sculptures once again. Make me another wisdom saving throw. I'm going to say because you dashed away from everybody, you don't get the bonus from Nymph. Now.
13 is enough though, was it? Because I got 13 before.
Fantastic. You rush forward once again. You're still compelled to touch these things, and as you're about to touch them, you just pull your hand back at the last moment. You're not sure whether to touch it or not. I'm going to leave it just up to Garrett at this point. And Garrett, do you wish to touch these statues or not? Up to you.
I was looking at them. Remember, I wanted to look at the detail and see if there was fur underneath it. If it was all just ice, I'm not sure that I really want to touch it, but I do want to admire it.
Okay. What is he doing? But we agreed to walk around this.
He's looking intently, and that is all. That is all you were doing, Garrett. Messages. Whimsy. Let's go. Let's get out of here. It's dangerous.
Let's go.
But you should see this. You should see. Look at these. These are amazing.
We have seen them. They are dangerous. I don't know what's come over you, Garrett. Let's go.
I'm not sure what to do. Well, are there more of these? Are there other things to look at?
Oh, there's plenty to see inside this weird garden thing. Yeah, you can look around for sure.
Yeah.
Dragons, for
Whimsy will
goodness
turn
sake.
into. Did Whimsy ever get a chance
Ice
to see Garrett's
dragon.
boyfriend? Your husband? I can't remember if Whimsy saw him at all.
Keegan.
Good old
Yeah.
Keegan.
Did she see pictures of him? Have you shown him her a picture ever?
Picture?
Didn't we see Keegan on the way back? Because didn't Keegan come out?
Remember, Keegan died, got killed by first.
Got killed. So you
I can't remember if
definitely
Whimsy was around there.
Yeah,
don't
no,
think she was,
absolutely, because
but-
it was on the way. It was on the way back after we did all the Ungachuk stuff.
Oh,
You
right.
definitely
Oh, okay.
meet
then.
Keegan. So you saw him die.
Right. Well, Whimsy will turn into Keegan and start calling.
Oh.
But
Move
I don't
away,
understand.
move away, Garrett. Move away,
You're
my love.
dead. That can't be real. What have you done? And I look at Valen. Have you brought him back from
Nothing
the
here
dead?
is real.
This is nothing
Nothing
to
here
do
is
with
real.
me. I still know what to say. I know who it is. I think everybody knows who it is, but yes. I think it's best, Garrett, if you just move away.
I don't want to, but okay. I'm going to try and move away.
You move away. Not much of a problem.
Can George look at these animals from a distance and see if there's like whether they look like they've been trapped in fear or whether they've looked like they've been, sort of frozen in an attack rather than just sitting
Sure.
there peacefully. Do they look peaceful or do they look?
Oh, like the Lion, the
Fearful.
Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yeah, like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Is there clues in their stances that make them look like they're feeling threatened?
You can make a perception or nature check, up to you, but it will be at disadvantage as you look through the fog at these things.
Yeah. Fog.
From a distance as well.
All right. I'll make a nature check because that's one higher. 16.
In your opinion, they don't look as if they were fleeing. None of them is like in mid-jump. None of them looks like was it Tumnil?
Tumnus.
Tumnus.
Mr. Tumnus.
Mr. Tumnus doesn't look like feel like Mr. Tumnus was. They just look like animals going about being animals.
Okay, cool. He shares that information with everyone.
So they must have been frozen.
Unawares.
Yeah.
In
Well,
which case, this place is a very dangerous place. Sobo, we need to go.
No. They are not frozen. They are sculpted.
Did you see these things get sculpted?
No, Sopo didn't, but sculpted is what I think. I mean, I've never seen a wolf here. I've never seen a dragon here. I've never seen an elk here. Sopo has never seen these creatures. So that's why Sopo thinks sculpted, not frozen.
We need to go.
Oh, Sopo, your humble guide. Okay. So Sopo starts leading you across. I think we've lost. Oh, there's Albert. Albert's back. He starts leading you across the island and says, so Sopo keep you away from center where big, scary frost maiden is. Sopo knows there's a treasure boat to the southwest. Sopo think you look tired. Maybe Sopo suggests you rest.
How far through the day has it been now? Because we do need to push on, given our time frame.
Yeah.
It's kind of mid-afternoon. It is very hard going through these things, through this ice.
We
Sopo,
should
where
keep
do
going.
you live? Where do you live?
Oh, Sopo has no home. Sopo just lives in snow. Sopo has no home.
So you just wander around in the snow,
Yeah,
helping
Sopo.
random people.
Oh, Sopo has helped 2 people in his entire life. Sopo helped a guy with orb, and Sopo has helped you.
Are you going to take us straight to the orb?
If you want to, Sopo to take you straight to orb, Sopo can take you.
I'm just having a look at the map. I gotta load it up again. Messaging Shajaya to maybe now's a good time to check out his brain, the Sopo's brain.
Okay, I will
Feels
do
like
that.
he led us straight into a trap.
You casting Detect Thoughts?
That is... Yeah.
The surface thoughts, once again, nervous and excited. And if we're digging deeper, Sopo gets a saving throw. So,
What's happening here?
let me roll a saving throw.
Hang on a sec.
That's my prepper.
Wondering what it was.
You're digging deeper, Shajai?
Not on like.
Yeah, it's just it says it's not allowing me to cast it.
Have a look. There we go. That'll cost you a 2nd level spell slot.
Yeah.
So surface thoughts, as I said, a nervousness, excitement. You going deeper into Sopo's mind. It continues prattling on. You try and dig deeper into Sopo's thought. It's a very strange, almost alien mind to you, Shajaya. Dig and you dig and you dig and you don't learn anything more. And Sopo shoots you a look. Sopo! You do not trust Sopo? Sopo has been nothing but kind, and you probe Sopo's thought? Why you do that, Elf?
Because we've been traveling around Icewind Dale for so long now, and we have learned that nobody can be trusted.
Oh, you have heard Sopo. Sopo shows you round, and
Oh well.
Sopo shows you ice sculptures. Sopo tells you where treasure is. Sopo tells you where orb is, and you still don't trust Sopo? Sopo is
No.
hurt. Oh, Oh, Sopo, you broke Sopo's heart. And Sopo just starts flying away to the north.
So, like, he's run off, you mean?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Whoops.
Do we have it?
So, well, the last that we knew was sort of northwest. Have, I imagine us rangers who've got pretty good sense of direction, roughly know where that might be.
We go.
Yep,
Or
you'd know northwest. You're
okay.
better tuned. You know approximately which way you needed to go.
I turn
so
into a giant eagle and fly and see where we're meant to go.
it's quite foggy. Do you think that getting up will actually allow us to see anything?
Maybe
You
not.
could do that, but I think it lasts an hour, which is great for things like I think it lasts an hour. Your wild shape ability. Oh, 4 hours.
Well, maybe we just head westward to the coast, so that means that we're not next to that central things. We don't want to stumble into Oriel yet, and then we make our way up around the coast, because presumably, looking for this. Did Sopo say that the person was involved in a shipwreck, or were they just
Yes.
randomly on the island?
Shipwrecked.
Shipwrecked. Well, we can. I suppose then it means we will have to investigate the shipwrecks to see if we can find them. So if we go west and then head northward around the coast and make our way around, I think that might be the only thing that we can do from here now that we've lost our guide.
Sure thing.
So you
We got
strike
two
out
rangers this week.
due west.
Oh, you did ask me to detect his thoughts, so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Well, I
We got two
anticipated.
rangers.
I didn't realize he was going to run off.
It's okay. We're fine. Sopo was dodgy.
I reckon he's dodgy.
Sopo hurt. Says Sopo from off in the distance somewhere.
He's got a telepathic link to us.
Heading straight west.
Let's go west.
I think west until we can find coastline, and then we can head up to the coastline. Uh-oh.
Coastline. And
What
you
does that
notice
look like?
more of those ice sculptures around here.
Ooh.
I assume you're
Should we
keeping
investigate
distance.
those? I quite like those.
Just let it go.
Okay. Well, then I suspect from here we're basically going to stick to the coastline, heading northwards. What do you reckon from that? I think that would make sense.
I think so. If he said northwest, that's all we can go on.
Yeah.
So you hit the
We stick
coastline.
to the coast because therefore we could see if there are things. So we have to head westward from here. I reckon we have to follow the coastline.
Going to follow
Can
the
we go
coastline.
northwest from here? Because Velen said that she knows it's shaped roughly as a roughly like a what do you call it?
Snowflake.
A snowflake. Yeah. So if we've come to another coast, then these will be little peninsulas. So we could maybe cut northwest from here, maybe.
But are we? Well, I mean, we are basically west where we started, so I suppose so. But we don't know how big the island is because of the fog.
No, fair enough. Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah,
Right,
let's
well,
stick to the coast.
you just want to generally drift towards the northwest from here now.
Oh no, it's just an offer, but no, I'm happy to go along the coast.
West.
Yeah, I would hate to miss the boat, so to speak.
Exactly, because if we come out just past it and then we keep on going north until we think. Oh,
Keep going.
So it looks like we are on a peninsula. What do you reckon? Do we go that to the end of that? Or do you think we should double back?
what's the other ranger say?
No, I think don't head back. I think we should persevere.
Aren't we
Okay,
heading
well,
into the
then we'll
middle of the
carry-
island?
Sopo
No.
told you that they crashed on the northwest end of the island.
Trying to avoid the middle of the island for now because that's where Oriole is. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
By sticking
yeah,
to
but
the
what you're
coast.
saying is how do we know that we're not heading into the middle of the island?
Which way?
Other than the boundaries of our map here, which gives us an unfair clue.
Yeah, that is an unfair.
I just thought that because he told us that he because I asked him when we were going up, why aren't we still heading in a northwesterly direction? And he said, I want to avoid the island, avoid the middle. So I feel like we've gone underneath.
All right. Well, so you reckon I go
If the
north
whole
now,
trustworthy
follow the
factors.
northern coast. On
Did,
this,
did
this-
Sopo say avoid the middle? 'Cause if
Yeah, he
said
doesn't
that, we
want
should
he,
go
do,
to the
he
middle.
doesn't want to go to a real.
We should go to the middle. Oh,
Follow the coast to the, yeah. Let's do it.
Let's follow the coast along.
The
so
southwest.
which one? The south coast from where we are, or the northern coast that we can just see? I think the northern coast. We're
Yeah,
not going
okay.
down to the English Peninsula, so we think
So-
that that's stellate.
Let's go up
Okay.
to the northwest then.
North or northwest?
Yeah,
Because
there we
then
go.
you get
Perfect. There we go. Yeah, that's fine.
And follow the coast
And then
But
how
around.
now we go northeast now, following the coastline.
Yeah. Oh, what's that?
This is just a lake. That's what you're asking about. Frozen lake.
A frozen lake. Cool.
Still follow the coast, or
Well, we're
Yeah.
still heading vaguely northwest, so yeah, west and
Yep.
north. Yeah.
there is a shipwreck off to the side, and by this stage it's very late in the evening. What would you like to do? Boulders kicking up another couple of notches.
So the shipwreck itself, is it submerged or is it trapped in ice?
It's trapped in ice.
Is it
Getting to it will be relatively easy.
I think we should go to it anyway because it could provide us some shelter. In any case.
Okay. Yep. Are we? No point in trying to stealth into this. Or you think?
Oh.
Yeah.
Possibly, if it's one of the witches that he warned us about.
For no particular reason, Dorge, can you roll me a d8, please?
Okay.
No particular reason.
A D8. Roll for everyone. A 4.
A 4. Okay. Thank you.
If you want
Drag
to
in.
stealth in, then I'll stay back. If you want to not stealth in, then I'll go ahead.
Okay, Starboard will stealth in. If anyone wants
Yeah.
to join me, if that's what we want to do, I can stealth ahead and
I
Do
think
that.
you and I, as rangers, are pretty good
Yeah.
in this sort of environment. So, yeah, we'll go ahead.
think
So
George
stealth
will-
rolls.
George will hold for stand guard over the rest.
you guys have got pretty awesome decks, eh? Because Wims can twin a cat spore onto you.
Well, I'm +6 on stealth. I'll be hoping that's okay.
Oh,
This is what you see.
doesn't look like we might need to stealth the shipwreck. But what's that tent and is it another
No.
statue?
Ignore this. This is not here. Statue in the tent,
Okay.
not there. Just the shipwreck. Just ignore that.
Oh, yeah, the
Uh-huh.
statue on the tent's not there, just the shipwreck.
Yep, just the shipwreck.
And is it that broken down?
It is.
So we're looking for the stone. And the body, really, aren't we? Okay. Do we need to stealth this?
I think it should always be cautious approaching something.
Okay. Let's do it then, Garrett. Let's stealth away. I suppose we need to roll for stealth.
Are you
Oh, I
twinning
rolled
your
five,
spell
that was
there, Whimsy?
No.
no.
No? Okay, so 14 and 19. Noted. Lynn hovers back. Well, this is worth investigating, but I'm pretty sure this is not where Ness Latimer is.
Move
What
to
was
here.
that?
Yeah, along the jetty.
You could jump onto the wreckage of the ship fairly easily from there if you wanted to.
All right. Keeping an eye out in the mist for the dead traveler person before us, and looking for a dead body, as well as anything else that might catch
Okay.
the eye.
Both of you make perception checks.
Nice. 20.
And 17. Okay. You do find something in there. You don't find anything that's going to instantly eat you, but you find a sea chest. And it's it's just a chest, I guess. And it looks like it's a giant-sized, like it's a big chest.
So we couldn't lug it back to shore. It's too big for that.
No, you could. It'd be a challenge, but you could.
All right. Maybe we'll just keep searching just in case. Make a note of the chest.
That's
We'll
all you
search the
find.
rest of the ship for now.
You search the rest of the ship,
Okay.
and the only thing is the chest.
Could we have a search for traps?
Sure. An investigation
That be-
check.
Are you going to be touching that, are you, Tarvin?
Yeah, I might have to.
The paranoia of it all.
Okay.
So we haven't seen anyone. I'm going to call out, not in a loud voice, but we've found a chest of sorts. Do we want to try and get Dorge to carry that, to break it away, or break it open?
One will message you that you don't have to yell anything. You can just chat. What's going on?
All right. Let's see if there's any traps potentially.
Okay. Sure. Same thing. Perception or investigation, up to you.
I rolled
Okay,
from
did it-
just.
Oh, 17.
Got a 17.
So checking for traps does not appear to be trapped, in your opinion.
All right, George is going to come down.
Yeah, come on down.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. He's going to try and pick up the. Well, where did I go?
Under me.
Cool. He's going to try and pick up the big sea chest.
And make an athletics check.
Mm-hmm. He does have that Goliath thing where he can pick up bigger
Yeah.
things than normal.
Sure. Yep.
Cool. Just a reminder.
Tarvin
17.
will give him a hand too. I don't let him carry it by himself.
You throw your both of your backs into it, and you start slowly lugging it. It's almost not so much the weight as the awkwardness of the situation. Like you're in a broken ship, you have to lug it onto the jetty and then lug it afray from there. As you three are dealing with the chest, taking it.
Mage hand if you can.
Mage hand can carry, I think it's either 5 or 10 pounds. Would help.
No, it's nothing.
Maybe just a
It's
little
in
bit.
there though. It's in there.
You hear a voice, Whimsy, Shajaya. Well, Whimsy and Shajaya. There are only two players here. You think, Sopo should have trusted Sopo. You are dirty, trusting liars. Sopo should be trusted. This way.
And this is exactly why we can't trust him.
This way. Come this way. And you stop for a second, thinking, what the fuck is Sopo up to? And you hear some big boosh, 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 heavy footsteps coming from the east and from the west. And with a mighty roar, two massive creatures. Oops, wrong lads. Two massive creatures burst through. Roar. Now you've seen Yetis. These are bigger than any Yetis you've ever seen in your entire life. These are just massive. Much bigger than you saw up on Calvin's Ken. These are just huge. And in the words of my award-winning son...
Roll for initiative.
All right.
Not shut off.
Oh.
Did I do villain? Do villain.
How did we all get 23? Apart from George got 20.
I know, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Because I rolled at advantage as well to get 20.
Wasting your
Garrett,
net
Tarvin,
20s.
and Winsy all get 23.
Wow.
It's like, oh, that's crazy. Remember, like, just cast your mind about what Yetis can actually do, and these are giant ones. So they had, like, from memory, they had, like, an aura or something.
Yeah,
or
or
a
something, right.
breath weapon. Yeah, they had some
Some
cold,
fire magic, yeah.
some cold stuff. Oh yeah, they don't like fire. That's right. They really don't like fire. Oh,
All right.
Mumsy, my numsy.
So you're mighty. Roar! And these things just come bashing out through the snow. Just smashing. Huge. They're not making any secret of their approach. And you hear in the background, Sopo, Sopo, don't double cross Sopo. Tarvin, you're carrying a chest at the moment. You're right over the water. What do you do? If you drop the chest, it might end up in the water. It might sink down below. What do you do?
Still good. We got somebody can swim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I let go of the chest. And I tell George to do the same. And pull out my bow. I think the Yetis are more important right now.
Okay. So this treasure chest just sinks to the bottom. How far down it went, you're not sure, but it's definitely sunk.
It's a job for Nymph later. Okay. Alright, so I get an extra attack because it's Dread Ambusher.
Okay.
I'm just wondering whether I should cast my newly acquired Ensnaring Strike on one of these Yetis. Or strength saving throw. Probably not. Okay. Alright,
No.
so Hunter's Mark. Yep. So I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark, and I'm also... I'll just do that now. Oh, 1. Okay.
On which one?
And on which one? Oh, sorry,
Hunter's
this
Mark
one.
on? Sure.
Up
Okay.
here.
So Hunter's Mark. Okay, got it. Lights up a little bit.
And I get 3 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's do that.
17 gets right through the thick armor, the thick hide of this creature, and it socks into it. That's a hit. So 9 damage, 10 damage.
10. Why is it? Oh, 10, but also, because of my Dread Ambusher, I believe, if I get a hit on my first attack, I get an extra 1d8 damage.
Sure. So 10 so far with your Hunter's Mark. Plus
So another 3.
3. Okay, so
13.
boom, 6 into the hide. And roar, let's add a roar. Second attack.
Okay, second attack.
26, that hits as well. Another 10 damage.
Another 10. And then final attack.
Final attack hits as well. 3. Another 12 points of damage. The creature looks injured, but it's making a beeline to these nice group of people over here. It's just charging towards them. Tarvin, is it your turn?
It is. Yep.
Okay, so arrows is flying. Garrett, you watch the
I got
chest.
23. I got 23 as well, but I forgot to click my,
Oh, okay.
my little...
Okay, so we'll give you a turn. Back here. I will give you
What did
I'll move you
Shajai
down
get?
here for a second. Being annoying. Back up there, and you got a 23 as well.
Sorry,
Is
guys. Tell me what we're rolling. I was looking at my creatures.
Yeah, so click on yourself, Shajai, and roll initiative for us. Oh, there we go, 17.
Yeah, thank you.
Don't forget to click your token first. Let's move over here so I can give you a turn, and you're there, I think. Okay, so got our initiative sorted now, and We'll just do it this way. Tarvin went, so we'll do Garrett then Whimsy. Okay, Garrett.
Yep.
Oh, right. Well, let's see if they like my newfound laser rifle, which has 17 shots left. So
Thanks
I'll
for
give
keeping
it
track of that.
a zap with that.
Bzzz. Which one are you going for? Because that does hit.
Oh, the one that was already hit.
Okay, so roll me some radiant damage.
Oh, sorry, I fell off. Oh, okay, yeah, it hit. Sorry.
Yeah, 19 hits. Bzzz.
Ooh.
Wow, what a roll.
Zap.
Wow, nice. Okay, bzzz, lights up the Yeti. Well done. Didn't like that at all. Get a second shot.
Yeah, why not? Eat radiant damage.
15. Oh, that one just hits. Another 18.
You ignore the Colossus player off that one.
Okay,
It's only
it's
the
just
first successful attack.
it gets lit up. Do you stay where you are, Garrett?
I think I will stay where I am.
Okay, Whimsy.
Okay, she's going to cast Fly on herself. And then
Okay.
she's going to go 30 feet over to here. I think so.
Flight gives you 60 foot of flight.
Yeah, but she might
Yeah,
just, fly 30 up as well.
Okay.
We'll stay up for the first round.
Choosing
Yeah,
Pythagoras would be 45, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So she'll just move 45. So she'll be 35 up. Yeah, 40 up. 45 up. Anyway. I just gotta get back to the snappity snap. And choose her to move over here. So she's just floating 45 up over here at the moment.
Okay. Okay, so fly, whoosh, getting out of range of these things. Nice. Dorage, what would you like to do as you watch the treasure chest sink
just a-
beneath you?
A quick question: is this water or is this ice?
Right where you are, it's water. You're kind of balancing on the planks of the,
Okay,
the
cool.
boat.
So I do need to go up these ones. All right. So Dorge is going to rage and go right up next to Nymph then and try and take out this one. I think. Wait, which one has its turn first? No, he has to go that way. So, whoops, sorry, just a thing. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, and then he can use because he's raging. He can use his bonus action.
No, you've
dash.
already used your bonus action to rage.
Rage. Oh.
You can
Then
just
he has
dash
to
up
throw
to
an
there.
attack. I'm not going to dash. I'm just going to throw my last javelin at it.
All
at
right.
this guy up here. Yeah. And
We
that-
didn't recover those javelins after the.
No,
after the-
no. I've got 2 more actually. I didn't recover them. But that's okay.
Hey, throw your javelin. Hits the
Yeah,
Yeti and it
that's-
just bounces off its thick hide. It's a miss.
Cool. And I'll throw my other javelin.
Okay.
Yoink. And that hits.
That one hits.
23.
It slices into the
Alright.
creature. Is it this
7
one?
piercing.
This one?
Yeah, it's the one to the right.
Okay.
Yep. One to the right.
The javelin gets in the Yeti's body starts. Its first starts getting a dyed red, but it's still pissed off. Okay,
That's my
nice
turn.
torch. Chijaya, I see a wild shape in your future.
I'm just trying to decide if I should turn into a dinosaur or a flying eagle.
Really a dinosaur, right?
Yeah, it's just that it'll be harder for the Yeti to get me if I'm flying. Yeah.
Mighty Ape says
But then on the flip side, you can't attack either.
it said it on Mighty Ape. I don't actually.
So good to be fair.
Can't I attack as an eagle?
You can, but it won't be very effective.
Okay. Got Allosaurus or a Hadrosaurus.
Aren't they both like
Hadrosaur-
herbivores?
Allosaurus is definitely a carnivore.
Alright.
They have teeth. They can. You can just not swallow. You'll be fine. Don't inhale. It's gonna be Shajaya.
Oh my goodness. Allosaurus has got. I'll go for Allosaurus.
Okay. Let me get you an
And it can
Allosaurus.
pounce.
Okay, let me just get you an. Ah, there you go.
Pounce,
There's an
bite, and
Allosaurus.
claw.
Oh, yeah, nice.
And I'll give you control over that. Second. And be edited. Controlled by Shajaya. Okay, there you go. You wild shape into an Allosaurus. It's beautiful high elf, just twists. And I'll just move you over into the tent for now, Shajaya, as your actual Shajaya.
Okay.
And there you are as an Allosaurus, and that's a bonus action for you. What would you like to do?
So this guy here by Nymph is the one that's taken the most damage, is that right?
No, the other one.
This one. This one's
But-
taking most
One.
damage.
Oh god.
But he's further away, so.
He's a
Okay.
bit far away.
Allosauruses
Go
are
first.
super quick though. They have a base movement speed of 60.
Oh, that
Yeah,
can make
and
it
I
too.
can go quite a long way too, yeah. Alright, I'm going to go and give bite or claw.
Why not both?
You can do one.
I can't do both, can I?
Well,
Yeah. I'm gonna bite it.
Oh, here's the thing. If you move at least 30
Yeah.
forward towards a creature, then hit with a claw attack, then you might get
Yeah.
a bite attack as well.
Okay.
Take a
Right,
run at
that's
one
a
of
good
them
idea.
and make a claw attack.
Right. Okay, move 60 feet.
You can get up to
And
that
a
creature
claw
easy.
attack.
Easily. It was 45 feet away.
Get right up in there, Shajara.
Get right close to him. Oh god, I hope he doesn't savage me.
You're a dinosaur.
True. Okay. And to claw him is 1d8. Okay.
No, that's the attack. 1d8 is
so
the
what
attack.
do I do?
So on your character sheet,
Can I-
you
Yeah.
see the Allosaurus?
Yeah, but when I click it, just trying to look for the. For some reason, I can't see the.
Let me help you out here just a sec. You wild shaped into an Allosaurus. Okay. Have you scrolled down a little bit? Probably what you're probably down. You'll see bite towards, like you see wild.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
You see, does it have a little B next to it, or +6
No.
with a B?
No. There is a +6, but I can't select it. I'm pretty sure that it's my. Could it be my browser?
Well, you've already made rolls that we can see. Would you like me just to roll it for you?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Until I figure it out. Sorry, guys.
All right.
No, no problem.
So, there you go. A 14 from the Allosaurus. So you can see this Shajak, and boom, 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 boom. And perhaps she's not used to her new form because a 14 just bounces off the Yeti, and that's a miss.
Damn it.
You get your teeth in, but not enough to quite get through the hide. And if you guys had worked out and smart enough, you know that this AMA class is 15, because 15 hit with a laser rifle, but 14 did not hit with a bite. Okay, but you're in the game, Shajaya, as your Allosaurus.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can find the button.
Sure. Okay, this creature is not happy. It just
Time doesn't have to get to it.
it's going to kind of push past the Allosaurus.
Whimsy's in the air there as well.
He's in the air. Whimsy.
That was a bonus action if he pushes past. Sorry, not a bonus action, an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Oh, the Yeti's got magic.
No, the
He's got-
Yetis, all the Yetis have had the cone of cold.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
I think it's going to do that anyway. What's eat? Actually get there. Yes, keep laughing.
Oh no, just like I was scared.
I'll move it over there because the other Yeti's going to do
Can
it.
it get it? Can it get a 45 in the air, and as well as Tarvin and Garrett? Isn't
No,
it like
it's-
either
Whimsy's
Whimsy or
safe.
Tarvin and Garrett?
Whimsy's safe unless it's specific. No, Whimsy. Can't get Whimsy. Okay, so the thing just lets out a roar as this dinosaur comes approaching it. It gets out two of its claws and slashes twice. And what's your armor class of is hits twice on the Allosaurus with both its claw attacks. It rolled 15, 15, 15, 15. So that hits. And I don't think an Allosaurus has immunity to cold damage. So it does 46 points of damage to the Allosaurus. Just rips it to shred. And can you make a Constitution saving throw as the Allosaurus? Would you like me to roll that for you, Shijai?
No.
Okay.
15.
15.
Yeah.
Now that's actually 16 because you're making the con save as the Allosaurus, not yourself. And the
Okay,
Allosaurus has a
16.
+3. So that's actually one more 16. And let me tell you if that succeeds. You still have that ring of warmth on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is what's going to happen. It just gets these deep blue eyes and looks deep into the eyes of this Allosaurus, but you resist it. You do as best as you can, but you still do take cold damage. It's going to be half. So 16 points of cold damage. So in other words, the Allosaurus gets destroyed. And Shijai, you yourself take 11 hit points worth of damage. So,
In temporary hit points, so actually one hit point down, is that right?
yep, that
Yeah,
would work. Yep, one.
Because the Allosaurus has 51 hit points.
Yep, and it did 46 points of damage. Then it did another 16 points of damage. So net effect, you, Shijai, take 11 hit points worth of damage. 10 temporary hit points would be used up, and you take 1 point of damage, which is not bad.
Okay. No.
All right, that will be its turn. Comes roaring over here. Nymph's going to get an attack of opportunity. She will definitely take. He is going to swing with her Morning Star and hits for 11 points of damage. George, Garrett, can you please make me Constitution saving throws? I believe. Oh yeah, you don't get advantage on this because this is not a dex save, unfortunately, George.
Yeah. He's resistant to cold.
Garrett, Garrett succeeds. George fails.
Mhm.
And it does 10d8 worth of damage. That much worth of damage.
46, but he's George is resistant to cold, so that's halved already, right?
Yeah, George 23. Is Garrett resistant?
No, I'm not particularly resistant to cold damage.
Oh, so you both
George
take
is just going to roll his
Stone's endurance.
stone's endurance as well. May
Yeah,
as well.
So at the moment, you both take 23 points of damage, and Dodge
I take
reduces it
13.
13. Okay, so just
I'm going to do the absorb elements, absorb the cold, use the
Sure.
spell. The reaction
Sure.
spell.
Yeah.
So that will absorb 8 of those points. So it was 23 minus 8, so that's 15 points of damage. Is that
Sure.
correct?
yeah.
Yep.
And of course, you store up that cold energy with the absorb elements,
Yep.
but it's not going to really matter because Yetis are immune to the cold. Okay, Nymph, very annoyed. Come here, you son of a bitch. And she swings twice with her Morning Star. Once, twice, misses the first time. Hits the second time. She's going to pump in some Divine Smite into this.
Can she move over to here? What Whimsy's messaging her for the attack. If she could have moved next to Dodge.
There we go. And she's
Oh no,
gonna
because
burn-
of that kind of cold. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. She doesn't say anything. Sorry, you were fine.
She's going to burn, in fact, a second level spell slot, which will do another 4d8. 4d8 or 3d8? 3d8. 3d8 extra 16 points of damage as she just unleashes. That's a total of 28 points of damage. Villain, half of my initiative roll was terrible.
To Shijaya, somebody needs health.
Oh, yes.
Shajaya's only taken effectively 3 points of damage, right?
Yeah.
Because her 10 hit points have gone down first.
What's her hit points in general?
A low, but like she's not damaged per se. She's got like any healing will only do max like 3 HP.
Oh yeah. But she needs to get over there to help Shijaya because one more hit and
Yep.
Shijaya will go
Hopefully the archers can come in and take some. And we'll see how we go.
Villain brings out her wand of magic missiles and she just sets out a torrent. And she says, Whimsy, which one?
Oh, left.
Let's focus on this one. Yeah.
This one? Okay.
No. Oh,
Well,
everything on
ask
that one.
Whimsy. No, 8
Can focus on that
4
one.
plus 8. So the magic missiles and just explode on this one and he takes 30 points of damage. Tarvin.
Yeah, I've still got Hunter's Mark on this guy, so I'll fire another couple arrows at him.
Okay, first shot.
Ooh.
Ooh,
a
that's a miss, yeah. Flies off into the night sky. Oh, that'll hit though. Amazing.
yeah.
Aha. Okay. 12 plus my Hunter's Mark. I better roll that.
You roll Hunter's Mark twice. Roll another d6. All dice are doubled.
Why? Oh yeah. Including my
And-
damage dice? No.
Yeah, so
Yeah, did you
another
damage dice
d8 on
roll?
top of that.
Just the D8. So minus 5. So that's 2.
Why -5?
Because do I still get the plus 5?
Oh no, you're right. You rolled a 2. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
So 5, 7, plus 12, 19 points of damage. Okay, pretty good. It's another arrow. Ugh. Its hide is getting bloodier and bloodier by the moment. But your first one missed, second one hits. Do you stay where you are, Tarvin? Staying there, Tarvin?
Yeah, I do. Yep. Sorry. Yep.
Okay, cool, no
I'll
problem.
stay here.
Garrett,
Yep.
you're up.
All right. So spell-wise, I think I'll do a Zephyr Strike.
Sure.
Gives me
So
a
hit
bit of-
advantage and
if,
another 2.
Yep. So I'm also going to move. Where are we going to move? Right. I think I can safely get to there. That get me. Yep. And then 2 shots.
Sorry, can you show me the exact path you take? Oh no, ignore me.
Yeah.
No, no.
I've got 40 plus the Zephyr Strike gives me another 30. That's like 70 feet. So I would have thought.
Yeah,
but
that's
more than
fine. I just thought these guys
Yep.
might have had a 10-foot reach, but they don't. So you're fine. Carry on.
Okay. Well, sweet. Well, that's good to know that they don't have a 10-foot reach. Laser rifle or bow. Well, I think laser rifle at this point. And it's going to be on this one, which is also damaged.
Sure.
So, shot.
Wow.
That was a crit as well, I believe.
It was. Yeah.
Ah,
To roll
Right.
your buttload of damage.
Whoa.
Roll another 3d8. Top of that.
ooh, really? Okay.
Ranged weapons for the win.
Yeah. 21 first. Another 3d8.
Who's got the other rifle? Is it Whimsy?
Whimsy.
Yeah,
I think.
Whimsy's got it. She can just drop it
15
though.
on top of that.
Oh no, I'm coming over your way anyway.
15 on top of that. Okay, just buzzed, and this one just roars out. It is looking wrecked, but it's still standing.
All right. Well, then it better get another blast.
Buzzed, that hits as well.
These things are
Oh
tough.
man.
Whoa.
Oh. Ugh. Can't handle that. Just buzzed.
Alright.
Zap a hole straight through its chest, and it just falls over. And you see Nymph and Dorage just boom, bounce a little bit as this massive form hits the ground. Wow, bunch of natural 20s. That I cannot handle. Okay, well done. Okay, Whimsy, flying up in the air. What do you do?
Okay, she has to land now because she's in a storm, I assume. So she's going to land
Is there
there.
a storm with the fog around?
Oh,
there's-
is it just a fog?
No, there's a storm as well.
Okay.
How could
So
what
she'll-
put in a oh sorry. No,
She'll land next to Tarvin with her back to him, which is where her laser rifle is if he wants to take it off. And she'll shoot, because we need to try and hold him up for one round. So she'll shoot the lance, the psychic lance, and hopefully that will work
Ooh.
on holding him up for a round.
Worked for the dragon.
Yeah. So that'll be versus 15 intelligence.
15 intelligence. Psychic glance. Oh, it rolls a 16, so it's good. It survives.
She will use what do you call it? She'll make it so that he has to roll again because she's got a thing called Tides of Chaos. Is that the one? Once per long rest, you can gain advantage on an attack roll. Oh no, that's for her. I was trying to make it so that he'd be at disadvantage. Okay. No, she'll just have to suck that one up.
Does it take
Yeah,
half
Can
damage?
she make it default bend luck? When another creature you can see makes an attack roll or an ability roll, or it's cool, she'll bend luck, roll d4 and minus that.
This is not an ability. This is a saving throw. Does it say saving
Oh,
throw
hang on.
specifically?
Let me read that again. Or a saving throw, yes! You can use your reaction and spend 2 sorcery points. Dope. Yep, she'll do that. D4.
What's the DC again? It was 15?
15, yeah.
So don't
Minus
roll a
D4.
1 because it rolled a 16. So don't roll a 1 on your D4.
I'll just
Roll a
minus my
D4.
2 because I keep getting D4.
Anything except for
That
a
rolls
1.
D4, but here we go. Yes!
Oh, okay. So how much damage?
Okay, how much does... Oh, I'll just hit cast, really, is probably the easiest way to do it. 4th level cast. And
Right,
that'll
proud
take
of
us
my
off.
Yeti at a -1 to intelligence. It was doing well.
24.
24. And it's
it's-
incapacitated.
But the main point is it's incapacitated, yeah.
It can't
Okay.
take opportunity attacks and everything like that. So
It
I'm
loses
just-
its action and its reaction, I believe.
And I lose 2 sorcery points. Oh, and I gotta make 2d20 rolls. Ah! Because I forgot
What
to
could possibly go
in fact,
wrong?
it's
Crit.
3d20 rolls. I forgot to do it at the thing.
For
as
mage
well.
armor.
Hang on, here's the first one. Mage armor. And then dispel magic. And here we go for the real one. Oh, for fly. Oh shit. And now
Ah.
for this one. Woo!
cool.
Yay.
Sorry,
Okay.
I forgot to make all those.
So, luckily your wild magic doesn't go up. Thanks for keeping an eye on that. Whimsy, nice.
Sorry for forgetting.
That's cool. That's cool. Dorage, you're up.
George is going to sprint over at 60 feet away, so that's that plus the bonus action. He makes it easily.
Okay.
And he's just going to wail on it, I think. Cool. So, using
Well,
his
won't be
wall-
there this morning.
20, that's a hit.
Yep, you don't get any other bonuses. You don't get advantage to it with a capacitated. But regardless, you hack into it. 8 points of damage.
Man, that's a low roll on my thing. Cool. And he's going to have another swing at it.
Oh, that's a terrible roll. Oh, that's a better roll.
Hey!
Yeah.
This means, because I've got my crusher feat, that every attack on it is done at advantage now. Afterwards, by the way. We'll see
Okay.
how this works anyway. Did that automatically do it? No, I need
No.
to add 2d6
Six.
extra. 2d6, 1, 2. That's another 3.
The 3. Got it.
And because of my crush defeat, everyone rolls at advantage against it. But I'd also like to push it 5 feet away if it is large. If it's bigger than
huge.
large, okay, then I don't get that thing. I can't push it around. But yeah, everyone who attacks it attacks at advantage.
Everyone? Like, not only you?
Everyone until my turn, until my next turn.
Oh,
Yep.
so they get a free
It's
round
like
of advantage. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so I don't get any advantage on my next turn.
Okay.
Till the beginning of my next turn.
But regardless, so that's it, right? There's 2 attacks.
Yep.
Yeah,
and I'm
okay.
going to stay right there.
Okay, the creatures. Whoa. Jaya, what do you do?
Okay, I fixed up my my D&D Beyond, so now I
Fantastic.
can see the little bees next to it. I'm going to the Yeti has got cold immunity, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Does it have? I can use this thing called Ice Storm, which is a 20-foot radius, but it does bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
So I could do that to the Yeti, seeing as I'm quite close to him still, and because he deserves it.
Do it
You
like
can
that.
also,
Hmm.
and you can also escape if you need to, because you can't get an opportunity attack.
Okay. So I'm only on 4th level, so I will just... Yeah, that's it. I'll do that.
Okay. Roll for your ice storm. 46. 9. That's a terrible roll. That's all right. So let's have a look. So for ice storm. Takes bludgeoning damage. So yeah, so it's just a 2d8 as it dodges out of the way. The cold doesn't affect it at all, but the 2d8, the 9 points of damage will definitely work. And
14?
oh, 14. So I'm looking at the wrong one. 14.
Yeah, 14 bludgeon.
Yes. Oh, Chija, it's just pouting. You might swear you hear a little whimper coming out of its mouth. But it's still up.
Oh no, run away, Shazai. You can run away.
Okay. I'll run over here.
Now, I've been looking up the rules for incapacitated because I think thanks to Whimsy this is going to come up more than once. It can actually move. But it can't take an action. It can't take a reaction. But it can move. And it's going to get the hell away from here. George, if you'd like to do your thing.
I absolutely would like to do my thing. Oh, that means that I do get an advantage on this,
Ooh,
this
you
shot.
do. You do.
Yep. Boom.
Ugh.
Oh,
What?
that's-
What?
How do you like
Man.
them apples?
Boom. And then that's 13 plus plus my 2 as well because I've got a
Rage.
because I've got my rage on, and plus another 2. I rolled 2 ones.
I was
Far
on 2
out.
hit points. So I've heard from my
Oh.
son. Now let's hear from my wife.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah, as it tries to turn around, he just brings the maul straight down on his back.
And with a massive thump, the abominable Yeti falls to the ground. You hear off in the distance, "Don't mess with Sopo, Sopo, Sopo. Should have trusted
Sopo's
Sopo,
going down.
Sopo, Sopo." What was that, Leah?
I said he's got to go down as soon as we see him next time.
Yep.
We're good at making enemies, I have to say.
He wasn't very nice anyway, was he?
No.
No, it's not to be
So-
trusted.
No.
Right, can we? I'm going to try and
The chest.
I'm going to get my javelin out of the one that actually hurt, and have a look around for my other javelin if I can all find it.
You can find it easily enough.
Oh, thank you.
Nymph dives down, comes back up a couple of minutes
Is
later
he-
carrying
he
a
was-
massive treasure chest.
Cool. Oh, she's super strong, eh?
Really? That was amazing.
It's a fish food diet. It's very, very good for you.
I suppose Whimsy will have a crack at the chest with her mage hand at unlocking or opening it or unlocking it if everybody steps back.
Okay, everybody takes a step back. The thing opens up easily enough. And inside, you find something that I think will make you quite happy. Here's the lesser prize.
Oh,
Holy shit.
Ooh. Okay.
Here's the better prize, which I think Nymphador will probably want to take.
Oh my heart.
no, I'm going to roll off for that. I think I really need a +2 trident.
Well, I mean, just imagine Nymph would want that sort of on theme, but
We're giving it to her.
oh,
It'd be so stinking. Stinking we came back. Look at this +2 trident that I've got in the key.
okay. Let me add that to her.
Oh, can you
sheet.
take it, please? Can you just at least tell her that?
This +2 trident, but we thought Dorch.
Yeah.
Turns out Velen is proficient in tridents.
Oh yeah, she definitely wants it. Oops. Trident.
Right, I've recorded the bounty of treasure.
Yeah. So 500 silver pieces is 5,000 silver is 500 gold, right? So that's effectively 3,000 gold.
Yep.
Wow.
But there's not an exchange place here where I can just swap it into platinum or anything to make it easier to carry.
Chat with Oriel, the Bank of Oriel.
Dorch will happily just carry it. Unless you don't trust him.
Well, no, I'm not sure we're doing incumbents for coins, are we?
No,
I can tell you.
no,
I don't think we're
boring.
doing encumbrance.
I know,
That's
but
boring,
just
don't
in
worry about
terms
it.
of
It's the
making
whole.
it-
I've got 6 chests and carrying 4 sets of armor and all that sort of stuff as well. That's no
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah,
Stuff's
Dorch
for
is
the
your bag of
accountants.
holding though, if you need to
Loot the bodies.
mechanically.
What did you do tonight in D&D? Oh, accountancy. It was fun.
I remember when I was playing way back when I had a character and it was like carrying around like 500,000 gold pieces on himself, by himself, something like that.
As you do.
As you do.
Dorch looks at everyone else and says, "Do we need a Yeti skin or 2? At least
Oh.
for the night?"
Yeah, get sleep inside a Yeti tonight.
Yeah, I thought they
Giant
smelled
beast
bad on the outside.
Yeti.
How late in the day is it, Malcolm?
Late.
Late. Yeah, I think because they're huge creatures, like he could actually skin them and create almost like a makeshift tent.
Don't we have a
Almost
tent?
like this one over here.
That doesn't exist, and neither does the
Didn't we
statue.
have a tent? Like I remember getting a
They do have
whole bunch
tents.
of outdoor
We do
stuff.
have
Yeah.
tents.
Yeah.
Okay, Dorge relents and doesn't. If I can't have a Yeti, then I'll have that trident.
Well, let's take the Yeti pelt, right?
Yeah,
No
let's
harm
take
in
that.
that. Yeah.
Well,
let's
I'm
try and
survival +6. How are you, Tarvin? If you and I try and use our hunting skills combined to
Yeah, +5,
try and
so
do these,
+5, not 5.
are you going to assist me?
Yeah, I'll assist you.
How's that going to work, Malcolm? Is that
yeah.
do it at advantage?
Yep. Yep. Survival at advantage.
Oh, hang on. What's happened to my D&D Beyond? Oh, it's reloading. Something happened there.
Shajaya,
Yeah.
you gonna help with this at all?
Yeah.
How are you gonna help?
I
That's with the
help
G.
skin. Let me have a think. Guidance.
Guidance. There you go. So add a D4 onto that as well.
Come through. Oh. No.
Yep. So, well, did you roll the D4? Oh, a D4.
Getting there.
I don't know, you guys have been keeping up with the latest updates they're doing
Oh,
for.
I'm sorry. I only got one. I'm sorry.
They're updating D&D Beyond, calling something called One Dungeons and Dragons, and they're suggesting a whole lot of tweaks and changes to the rules. And one of the rules that they're suggesting is if there's one spell that's spammed over and over and over and over and over again, it's guidance. Guidance is just cast so many times. So one of the modifications they suggested is you can still cast guidance, but it's once per character per long rest. So for instance, Shajaya could guide Dorge, but that's it for Dorge for the day. You can't get guided again. Cast it on Garrett, but that's it. Once per character per long rest. What do you guys think of that rule?
Why do they have to
Yeah.
ruin everything?
Once it's released, yeah, absolutely. Once it's released, I'm totally into that idea. It's not released yet. Oh well.
It's not official.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely not official.
we started this before.
Once it's canon, I'm all about canon.
But I personally like the rule because it does get spammed.
I think it makes a hell of a lot more sense. Yes.
Yeah. One of the other interesting suggestions, they haven't decided now whether it's on a natural 1 or a natural 20. When you roll one of those, you get DM inspirations effectively. So the next roll you could roll at advantage, for example. So you get inspired if you roll a natural 20 or a natural 1, trying to decide between which one. Which is once again interesting.
So your failure, or is it the other creature's failure gives you inspiration? Is
No,
that what it means?
like if Garrett rolled a natural 1, Garrett would get DM's inspiration.
Oh yeah, cool.
So they won't stack
So
like it would happen once, but
Yeah.
your next attack could be at advantage or your next ability check, something like that. So,
That would have saved Cal.
That's the opposite of how we used to play. You just rolled a 1, you've broken your bow, or you've tripped over your sword. You need a round to get up. It's the opposite.
oh, as I said, they're trying to decide
school.
whether it happens on a
Yeah,
natural
yeah.
1 or natural 20 and asking people to test it out. But
Natural 20 makes sense. I don't know about natural 1. I don't know, maybe it's like grognard in me just doesn't compute.
yeah, natural 20 makes more sense to me too.
Sounds like this game Monster of the Week where you level up by failing. If you fail, then you get an experience point. And so, just as another tabletop game, and it's kind of a cool idea. Like you learn from your mistakes, and yeah. So even if you fail, you're still gaining stuff, and it means that players like play with a little bit more enthusiasm. Like they try things out.
Maybe that's the idea between the natural 1, you learn from your mistake. Big mistakes, big learning lesson.
The only thing is, it's called inspiration. You don't get inspired by your mistakes, generally speaking.
Oh. Yep.
I like the idea of being inspired by your mistakes. If you fail spectacularly, that old school saying, you know, I'm going to jump on that guy's neck. I'm gonna cast a stroke, and then I flip over that dude. Can I do that? Well, roll the dice. 1. But you learnt.
Um, did
Failed
anybody
spectacularly.
here ever play the Paranoia role-playing games?
I wish I had. I saw that heaps.
That was good because later versions of it, you had something called perversity points. So a little bit like inspiration. If you stuck really in character and did something pretty cool and nifty, you could then spend these perversity points a little bit like your bending luck. But you could
Right.
also force other characters into bending their luck one way or the other.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
Because that game's a lot about actually infighting amongst the party is a central theme to coming up with
How to
enough
lose
evidence.
friends.
So
That's right.
you
A
can
friend
get
of mine
rid of.
did say paranoia is about losing your mates.
No, it's kind of like a cross between a Wile E. Coyote cartoon in terms of the sort of feel for the game and the helplessness, and coming up with clever role-playing ways of actually sort of staying in that character and dealing with the backstabbing and getting the evidence and twisting the evidence. Nice system.
Cool. What would you guys like to do? Oh, that's the survival you did was at advantage. That's for one Yeti. If you're going to make another survival check at advantage, and I assume a spam guidance while we can, Shizraya.
Okay. Sorry about the 1. It wasn't that great, was it?
I can roll again just in case I get a natural 20. No, okay.
Oh, another 1.
So
Okay, always up.
25. So one of the Yetis, you more or less get the full pelt of it. You have a ginormous Yeti, and it would be enough to make a tent out of. And the other one, you wreck it a little bit. Put a few holes in it. It's not the perfect skinning attempt. And if you want to make it a tent...
javelin holes for a start.
There we go. Javelin holes and all those natural 20s destroying my Yetis. It upsets me.
Are we going to have a rest here?
I think that was the camp for the evening. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you set up... just bruised skin. There we go. So you set up the tents. It's a absolutely miserable night. Even those with cold resistance, it's still... You might describe it as a lazy wind. It's too lazy to go around you. It just goes straight through you. Very long, very miserable night. But you do successfully come out the other end. You can all... A long rest. Get those spell slots back. Get your hit points back. Despite the misery of the night. And morning come. And I'll think that's a little bit earlier than we usually stop, but I think we'll stop there because I have something interesting for Nymph to do. And that's kind of the next thing that'll probably happen. Digs deep into her backstory, so I think it'll be quite interesting for Nymphadora. Does that sound good, guys? We'll tap it on the head there.
Totally fair enough.
All right, okay, guys. Well, you've progressed to the island, the Solstice Island, and yeah, maybe there's an Oriel in your future. We shall see.
On Tavern, if you want that laser rifle, it's yours.
Don't know.
Well, it's not affected by wind, so that's going to be powerful for you.
Take it. Yeah, I'll take the laser rifle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, as long as you're still plus 10 for that, then I think that's legit. It's at about 20 shots left. So I think Whimsy has fired it off 3 or 4 times.
3, so there's 17. Yeah, three times. Twice.
I think wasn't it 25?
All 3 times. All 3 times because there was 1 shot at a brain dude and then 2 shots at random people that she got 2 rounds to shoot off 2 other stuff.
So it was 24 shots initially, wasn't it?
Just looking that up now.
Thank you. And okay, Dorge gives Nymph the trident. He asked Nymph to look at her old trident, though.
30.
Can you use your spells
It's
with that
30
laser
shots.
rifle as well?
3-0.
30 shots.
Oh, so you got 27 shots.
Okay, well, I've been keeping track. I used to, when I played, always keep track of arrows and stuff like that. So I've got, sorry, I think it was 16. That was 14 shots remain. That was what the
And
third.
if you hold
circle-
RT for 3 rounds, it does 3d6 damage. No, I don't know.
Okay, guys. We'll see you next week.
Thank you very much, Malcolm. Thanks,
Thank you,
everyone.
Malcolm. Yeah.
Yes,
guys.
have a good one,
Thank
guys.
you.
Cool.
Later, guys.
Awesome.
Bye.
Take
Bye.
care.
See ya.
Happy holidays.